to run a marathon in under 2 hours.
He just has the absolutely efficient, perfect form for a marathoner.
You say only the disciplined are free in life. If you are undisciplined, you are a slave to your moods. You are a slave to your passions.
You are not limited at all. The only limitation that we have is in our minds. Let us dare to dream and dare to try.
If I had to ask you, Eliud Kipchoge, why do you run?
The only place where freedom is in running. So if you are not running, you are a prisoner.
He finished in 10th place in this year's Tokyo Marathon, which is the lowest that he has ever finished in a marathon.
So personally, I did not succeed as far as Tokyo Marathon is concerned. I feel that I was really disappointed to train for 4 or 5 months without getting the real result. But that's not the end of the life. I need to think big.
No one has ever won 3 gold medals in a row when it comes to the marathon. What are you aiming for in this Olympics?
Back to back to back.
I think that's what's really powerful about your message is most of the time you look at an elite athlete like yourself and the classic reaction from somebody on the couch is, oh, well, they're just not like me. Oh, they're just, they're different. They're made different. But with you, I think I've heard that when you began, obviously you ran to school, but when you began training for running, you felt that you actually weren't particularly fast compared to the others, which I think is almost like the most important part of the whole thing is now you're Eliud Kipchoge, and before you were just Eliud Kipchoge, and you weren't that fast, but you kept training, you kept believing, and you didn't let yourself be limited. So what I'd ask is, when did you start to believe that you could do something with running from your training and that something was going to happen, despite at the beginning not feeling, as most people do when they begin anything new, despite not feeling like you're the best at the beginning?
When I was in school, actually, I used to run, but becomes victorious and, beating everybody. But I didn't know that I can run and, to this level. After school, then my coach is my neighbor. I always see him training around. Then I asked myself one day, why don't I train? I approached him. He gave me the program. I trained, and that's who I am now. So what I'm trying to say is that with anybody who feels that he or she can do anything, give it a try. Give it a try. Do it. And you realize that you can do it. So let us not actually have a dream that we cannot dare to try. Let us dare to dream and dare to try. And you'll actually realize that you can do better. You can do wonders in this world.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point, as far as I'm aware, where you had a bit of a low point in your athletics career, if I'm correct. And that's kind of what led to you switching to running the marathon, How significant was this change in your life? Obviously now you've broken records in marathon running and you get, for me at least, the best. How significant was that moment when you switched to marathon running?
In 2012, I missed a slot to London Olympics. And, I ran 5,000 meters and 3,000 meters for 10 years. And, I was successful. I did not miss any championship for 10 years. Be it Commonwealth, be it Olympics, be it World Championships for 10 years. 2012, I missed a slot. And then I make a decision that I came back, we sit on the table with the management and the coach that now I missed the slot. What will happen? Then the aspect of making transition to the road came in and I took it. Let me actually leave track and field. Let me transfer and transit to the road. Running 10K, 15K, half marathon, and finally actually graduating to the marathon. And, I make a firm decision, no retreat, no surrender at all. Let us move on. I move in one faith and see actually focus on the trophy, focus on the goal that I set. And that's who I am now.
Like I said earlier, people often have the thing of, oh, well, they're not quite like me. this elite athlete, you for example, oh, they're different, they're made better, and like we just talked about, you've had that low point. So to ask for the humans an advice, which I don't think you've talked about much before, if you were starting from point zero and you'd never run a day in your life and you wanted to run a marathon, from a training perspective, not from a mindset perspective, what would you tell somebody to do? And how would you tell them to train for their first marathon?
For actually the raw person, the new person in running, the new person in marathon, the new person in road races, is that my best advice is just to start to run. Don't actually confuse yourselves by doing other things. Just wake up, accept to say I'm running, just run. You know, every day will change. If you run today 3 kilometers, tomorrow you'll run 3, the next day you'll run 5, and you know you are growing every day, every day, every day. So my best advice, get good shoes, good attire, get out of your door and run. You realize a lot will change. You will enjoy a lot. You will actually have different mindset on running if you start running.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that clip from our interview with Eliud Kipchoge. Seems like you did since you made it this far. If you want to check out the full-length interview, you can click right here to get more wisdom and knowledge from the man himself. Want to get faster? Click right there.